Welcome to my weekly spiel. Welcome to my weekly spiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's time for Margaret's weekly spiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations, coming to you with today's weekly spiel. It is March the 10th, 2027. No, only 2026. And those are about to be ironed. I don't know if Jeanette's gonna phone me before I finish yakking away here. I've been working on a peculiar project because I recently came across a post on Facebook where I had taken this quiz. Actually, it was more of a random AI generator that told me I am supposed to die on March the 8th, 2031, which means I got less than 5 years. That can't be true. I refuse to believe it. I want to, I like to think that I'll be stuck living to be over 100 whether I want to or not. Because on that day, I've written a letter to myself, a time capsule, if you will, to celebrate the fact that I've survived that long. Facebook was somehow under the impression that I plan on offing myself that day, but nothing could be farther from the truth. I enjoy my life. I've got so many things on my bucket list I want to do. We are approaching the anniversary of my mom's death, March the 14th, and that anniversaries like that tend to make me miss her and think about her and remind me of my own mortality now that I'm getting older. With every birthday and every Christmas, I am reminded about how many years have gone by and how close we are to the end. I am 61 now, but I like to think of myself as 21 with 40 years experience. Oh, I sure don't miss periods. I think these are my best years, although sometimes I'm frustrated that my body doesn't do what I wish it could do anymore. I'm having to depend on a walker. I can't wait to start physio, probably in late May and throughout the summer. And I'll probably be going to physio on a regular basis in the years to come because I don't want to lose the use of my legs. March the 8th of all things. That is the birthday of Margaret Simon in the Judy Blume's famous book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret? So I've written a letter to myself to read on March the 8th, 2031. And I'm going to write another letter to read the next day because, congratulations, I survived that day when the algorithm said I'd kick the bucket. And within these next 5 years, there are so many things on my bucket list that I'd like to do. And I get scared of not being able to afford them. I at least want to visit House on the Rock and go back to Vegas and back to Myrtle Beach. Those were some of the best times I've ever had. I miss my mom and dad very much. Both of them are deceased. The two people I love the most on this planet now, aside from Jesus, of course, but the people who are here in the flesh on this earth are my husband Dave and my best friend Jeanette. She's been like a sister to me since college. And I'm very thankful for these people in my life. And last night, while we were on the subject of time capsules and autobiographies, I came across a book that I started to write. I was kind of hoping Jeanette and I would write it together. A series of anecdotes of our lives with being on the autism spectrum and our experiences. Because I do believe we have valuable wisdom to impart to the future generations. Not everyone has to follow the same tired old script in life. Not everyone gets married. Not everyone has kids. Jeanette would love to find a wonderful husband someday, someone who's as good to her as Dave has been to me. And it would be nice if they were married by the time I opened that letter. Where will I be when I open that letter? Could I be riding the Sky Wheel at Las Vegas? Could somebody be filming me while I read it? Because while I was posting that letter, that idea about the time capsule, Facebook seemed to be under the impression that I was going to off myself one of these days. No way. I'm not even going to tempt fate by bungee jumping, skydiving, ziplining, or any of that sort of thing. Although I might ride a horse. I definitely want to be riding a merry-go-round. It'd be nice to be in Las Vegas when that day rolls around. And, well, I want to have some kind of celebration anyway. Jeanette's mother was 63 when she passed away. That's only 2 years younger than me, and 2 years older than me. And Richard died like a month and a half before he turned 60. I keep worrying that I might be having another manic episode, so I'm fighting to stay grounded as best as I can. I never want to be back in the hospital, but that changes you for good. Never the same person after an experience like that. How long have I been talking now? Only 6 minutes and 30 seconds. The last time I tried to do one of these spiels, it went on too long, and I couldn't share it on YouTube. But I was going to say, when I posted my idea, I saw another really interesting idea that when I do finally die, like, well, my mom had a video made of her, her life, a series of pictures and music. They were talking about a 2-hour film, like, with pictures, video clips, maybe me reading some of my stuff, songs I've written. But make sure that the guests have plenty of popcorn and snacks, and the dress as colorfully as possible. A real fun time, a real send out. And sometimes I think I might have changed my mind about the closed coffin. Open it and have me wear the Groucho nose glasses. When the time comes, I'm going with a bang. But I hope to live to be older than my parents were when they passed away, because Ted and Marnie are 89, and they're just as active and vibrant as ever. And mind you, Marnie has both knee and hip replacements. She uses a walker. I still have all my original parts except for half a tooth. Baby teeth don't count, and hair doesn't count either. Because it's always hair, skin cells. Most things are always being replaced, regrowing. What always baffles me is if, like, you're literally not the same person you were a decade ago. Because I think the only thing that doesn't get replaced is your adult teeth. But what amazes me is if all your skin cells are being replaced, how come tattoos don't disappear? Well, they might fade a bit. I have 13 right now. How many tattoos do you think I will have by 2031? I know if I had more brains, or more money than brains, I would be covered in all kinds of whimsical creatures. The tattoo bug is gnawing at me, and I don't know if my next one will be a Ronald McDonald tramp stamp, Lester on my arm, the horse from the Butte, Montana carousel, or Ace Frehley riding on the trout from the Helena, Montana carousel. Ace Frehley loved amusement rides, and he loved trout fishing. I don't know if he was into carousels at all. I know he loved roller coasters, and there was a viral picture of him on Facebook riding on one of those swing rides. I used to love those, but I think my butt's been too big for them in the recent years. Anyway, I should go for now, and bye-bye. Be back soon. Thanks for watching Weekly Spiel.